Hello there, and welcome back to Sound and Vision ASMR. But today, I'm going to be your chemistry teacher. You may recognise this board I'm using. It's the same one I used for the Spanish lesson. So hopefully, if you enjoyed that video, you will enjoy this one. And vice versa, if you enjoy this one, then check my channel for my Spanish lesson. A quick intro for why I'm doing this. I was thinking of something to do with the chalkboard and the chalk here, and just before I came up here to do this, I was doing my chemistry homework, so I thought I might as well put two things into one, kill two birds with one stone, and do some sort of chemistry revision, I guess you could say, along with doing chalk sounds for you guys. So here goes. Today I'll be doing organic chemistry. I've got these chalks again, which I can make some noises with if I get this close to the microphone. Oops, I dropped one. As you can see there. So, this is what we're going to be doing today. So first off, I'm going to start with the basics. I'll have to just use my hand again. Organic molecules or chemicals are mainly made up of, well, at least the ones I've covered so far, are made up of two main elements, and that is carbon as you can see there, carbon, and hydrogen. I don't know if you can hear the chalk on the board, hopefully you can. So those are the two main elements that make up all organic molecules. But there are other elements that feature in these molecules, and they make up functional groups, and that can be stuff like oxygen and nitrogen, and I think that's most of it. And then obviously there's other things that just sort of get put on the end, but that's not really important at the moment. A major part of organic chemistry are things called hydrocarbons. Now, these are chains of carbon atoms that are sort of surrounded by hydrogen atoms. So they look a bit like this. Let's see. Might as well put another one. So that is a chain of 4 carbon atoms, all bonded. That's what the lines, or the hyphens, I guess you could say, mean. They're bonded together. And off of each carbon is a hydrogen atom. like so. I'll just play with the chalk a bit again. So, this is a hydrocarbon with 4 carbons, all surrounded by hydrogens. And this is called, I'll use the yellow one here. Let's see. Butane. The bute part is just because it has 4 carbons. If it had 1 carbon, it would be called methane, I think. No, ethane. 2 would be methane. 3 would be propane. And then there's 4, which is butane. I may have got them the wrong way around there. I'm not too sure. But that's roughly it. If, however, there is a double bond between the two, any of the 2 carbons, it then becomes an alkene. So it would have an ending of -ene, which would make it butene. So that's that. Now, so that's the first part of the lesson. Have you got any questions? No? Okay, we'll move on then. The next stage of learning about organic chemistry and hydrocarbons is, let's see. Well, what might be a good step is to learn all the prefixes, because an important part of organic chemistry is learning how to name different molecules. So, like I said, depending on the number of carbons, they will have different prefixes to the name. If there's 1 carbon, it will have eth. For 2, it will have meth. You may recognise some of these prefixes because they feature in very common chemicals that you might just have in various situations. For example, the next one, let's use a different colour. Pro or prop. For example, when it's an alcohol, it's propanol, and same with methanol and ethanol. So they're quite recognisable molecules, these organic compounds. They're used a lot in day-to-day life. The next one is bute. Then after bute, which is 4, it goes into the common sort of number naming system that you might recognise from maths in shapes and stuff. So if I ask you, how many sides does a pentagon have? Yeah, that's right, it's 5. So it follows the same pattern. 5 carbons makes it pent. And obviously we all know hexagons. So a hydrocarbon with 6 carbons has a prefix of hex. Okay, that's the main part of the lesson. But as a fun end to this lesson on organic chemistry, we're going to play a game which might be a bit more fun for you. It's going to be based around the elements in the periodic table. So if I name an element, and then we're going to say it out loud and try to remember what symbol it goes with. And I'm going to whisper this part as well, seeing as we're going to be repeating elements over and over again. So we'll start from the top. Do you know what the element which has the symbol H is? Yep, that's right. If I use a different colour, we can see. It's hydrogen. So, repeat after me. H is hydrogen. The element hydrogen has the symbol H. Have you got that? Good. Okay, let's try another element. Let's go. Just a B by itself. Do you know what that is? No, you can't remember. Okay. Well, I can tell you that B by itself is boron. I don't really know much about boron. It isn't really mentioned much, other than it has the symbol B. Ah, so you didn't get that one, but I think I know what you are thinking of. You may get it confused with BR. Do you know what that one is? Yep, that's correct. So B is boron, but BR is bromine. As you can see, the BR there corresponds to the element symbol. Most elements have symbols that reflect the name of the element. H, H, B, B, BR, BR. However, there are some that, for various reasons, don't follow that pattern. For example, do you know what K is? Yes, I can see you struggling there. The problem is, the element doesn't start with a K. You might try and sort of think of some sort of element that starts with a K. I'm not sure if there is any. But it's not carium or something like that. I'm just making that up. It actually doesn't start with K at all. The element that has the symbol K is actually potassium. I'm not sure if that's spelt right. But as you can see, there's no reason that it has the symbol K must be either it used to go by the name of something beginning with K, or probably more likely is that in a different language, potassium is commonly known as something that starts with K. I know a lot of elements were discovered in various different countries, so it may be that in the country that potassium was discovered, it was known by a name starting with K. That's the only reason I can think of. Or like I said, it may have had a former name. Now we have space here for one more element. What should we do? Okay. N-E. Yep, N-E. So far we've had H, B, B-R, K, and N-E. And if I cover these up, can you remember what they were? So repeat after me. H is, yep, hydrogen. B is, yep, that's correct, boron. Br, yep, you've got the hang of this, bromine. And K, yep, potassium. So that leaves one more. Can you guess what this one is? Ne, yep. No. Okay, well, Ne is actually neon. Yep, yeah, I thought you would have heard of it. It's the chemical that you find in neon lights. The sort of ones on signs. On like the sort of outside of shops and stuff. Flashing lights are neon signs which have the chemical substance neon in them. So, you did very well there in the element guessing game. And you guessed most of them very well, so that's well done to you. And I hope you learnt a lot in the first bit of my lesson with the organic chemistry. Okay, so that was my chemistry lesson. Now back to Sound and Vision ASMR. Back out of character. I don't know how much of this was right. I'm not an expert, I'm just learning it at the moment, so I probably got quite a lot of it wrong. Or spellings wrong and stuff. But oh well. If you enjoyed this video, please comment if you have any ideas, or send me a message, and subscribe for more videos like this, I suppose. And check out